Disclaimer: the content of this podcast is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Users should not disregard or delay in obtaining medical advice for any medical condition they may have, and should seek the assistance of their healthcare professionals for any such conditions. And now...
Yeah, we don't want to do anything to scare your children. That's the last thing we want to do. We don't want to scare anybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ben and Amy on The Heavy Truth.
Hello. Good day, everyone. This is Amy. And, well, we don't have Ben today. Ben is a little under the weather. And for those of you who know, or maybe who don't know, we don't record each show every couple weeks. We do a bunch of them at one time because, as Ben has said before, he travels a little bit to come down here, and he blew me off today. So I know that everybody was anxiously awaiting another podcast release, so I recruited a special guest. So this is going to be our first time ever in studio guest speaker. And, well, you know what? I'm just going to let him introduce himself.
Hi, it's me, Mike.
It's health coach Mike and producer Mike.
Yes.
Welcome.
Oh, thank you.
So, yes, we are very excited to, in addition to having producer Mike help us with our shows, he has now taken on the role of health coach. And not only health coach, Mike, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what type of certifications you've received recently?
Oh, I did the certified health coach, obviously. I did certified weight management specialist and also nutritionist, which is dietitian's favorite person.
Right. Yes, they, because anyone can be a nutritionist, right? And
Yeah.
I'm not downplaying the certificate that you got, but again, anyone can be a nutritionist. I
sure.
can call myself a nutritionist.
Yeah.
I mean, I am knowledgeable enough to do those things, but I'm also smart enough to know that I do not know much about nutrition. I mean, or let's say what the dietitians know.
Right.
Right.
A nutritionist can get a following on TikTok and Instagram where a dietitian, someone who went to school specifically just for that.
Yes, absolutely.
So
yeah, they are.
Stick with the... I'm not downplaying my own one. It sounds like I am, but there's a place for nutritionists, but dietitian, if you're looking for sound nutritional advice, I'd be going to a dietitian.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, again, with both of our experiences, we do have a solid base, right?
Yeah.
But if I have any concern about, vitamin deficiencies and people who are requiring specific diets or people that are picky eaters,
Yeah.
they go to
definitely.
my dietitians.
Yes.
For sure. But, as far as trying to come up with some fun, healthy snack ideas and...
I'll give you recipes all day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, as you probably have figured out at this point, we're going to be talking about health and wellness coaching, which is a huge part of my role in weight management and bariatrics. And it pretty much consists of probably 75% of my visit.
Just talking
coaching.
about food.
And coaching.
Right. Yeah.
Whether it's, emotionally struggling, physically struggling, dietary, so in an ideal world, I would love to have my patients have a health coach because, again, as part of my my own certification in obesity medicine, I learn a lot about health coaching, but
Right.
you even, I'm seeing you study and take these tests and pass your exam and such, and way more in depth. I mean, there was even some questions I didn't even know the answers to, right?
Yeah, same. I passed though. Yeah.
So we love our health coaches. And again, I wish that we had that option full time for our patients.
Yeah. And we do have a health coach with our program. He is part of a sub program of that. We hope to have him on soon. His name's, he's health coach Mike as well, which is kind of funny. So there's two Mikes.
Yes.
We both have the same initials. So at work, I go by Michael. He goes by Mike. But we'll hopefully have Mike on very soon.
Yes. And Mike's amazing. But he's also a personal trainer.
Yes.
So he will be on to discuss exercise for sure.
Exercise. But he's also, so I'm a health coach. He is a nationally board certified health coach, which when you're looking at health coaches and you want to follow these people on Instagram and TikTok and say like, oh my goodness, look at all they could have done something, just went and took a test online. You want to make sure you're looking for a health coach that actually knows what he's talking about, he or she is talking about, and that they're from a
like a national board
national
certification.
board certification for sure.
And I mean, you're certified. I mean, your test questions were what, like 125 or 150 questions each. So, but there are people that, they can just get a certificate in something and they've taken, 25 questions and, oh, now I'm a health coach.
Yeah. So that's to anything out there on social media. Just be wary of what you're following and making sure that it's reputable information.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. We know that, 2 in every 3 adults and almost 1 in every 3 U.S. children are overweight and obese. And we do know that health coaching, it can improve outcomes tremendously. Hence why, I was mentioning to Mike earlier about, some programs that utilize the weekly coaching aspect. We've talked about Weight Watchers before. I'm not a huge fan of their dietary component of Weight Watchers at all,
Right.
which if you've listened to other podcasts, free isn't free, and they have all these free foods, but they have that weekly health coaching.
Weekly health coaching, right. And so does our program. I'll promote it on here. It's HMR. It stands for Health Management Resource. It is meal replacements along with coaching, which consists of 1 hour in-person or Zoom group coaching. Along with that, per week, you also get a one-on-one with a trainer. So you like a 10, 15-minute check-in where you're going to be checking in with a health coach. Did I say trainer?
Trainer. No, not a trainer.
Not
I
trainer.
wish we
It's a
had
health
a
coach.
trainer.
Well, we do, but he's a health coach with us.
Yeah.
Another fantastic one is Noom. Noom is also, it's basically, that's what it is. It's health coach, group health coaching.
It is. Noom is good. Well, no. You know what? I'm not a huge fan. It's really needy. But there's a big psychological component to it, which that is a huge component. And
It puts a lot back on the person.
it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, I think they're 30-minute check-ins, group coaching, which to do group coaching, you're going to have a one-on-one with a person at least 15 to 20 minutes per week, along with a group
To get
coaching
a benefit?
component. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because there's some people thrive in group settings and other people don't. And
for sure.
And if you're not a experienced health coach,
Which I am not, to be fair. I'm getting there, but
yes,
I've been doing this job for a while, so
you've been filling in frequently. So
Yes.
I'm going to give you kudos where kudos is due, and you do a good job with it. But what I'm getting at is that people, if you're not a good health coach and you're not involving or what word am I looking for? If you're not like engaging people in the coaching session,
you have to connect with each person.
right, absolutely.
Which you could have 20 people you're doing a health coach for, and if you go at every single person with the same objective and same delivery, you're not going to connect with every person. It's not going to work. Mm-hmm. Which is why health coaching is probably one of the hardest things that you can do just for someone's wellness. That's not like mental, like psychiatric, right?
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I think it's essential.
It's essential because you look at somebody who's going to, okay, I want to get a health coach to help me through this. Well, if someone's saying that, they've already taken the first step, because starting off in any weight loss journey, any sort of journey without some direction, health coaching is not just for weight loss. It's for everything. It could be for smoking cessation. It could be for drinking to some extent.
It could be life coaching.
Could be life coaching. There's so many avenues, but doing it alone, especially if you don't have that family support or the support system at home in place, health coaching is the way to go. And you can find reputable places out there that can help you achieve any goal that you may put forward.
And what kind of goals? How do you set goals, or how do you?
Oh, I'm glad you asked.
Oh, okay.
I set.
Do tell.
It's SMART goals.
Okay.
So I have a printout here. I know what SMART goals are, but I wanted to.
Is that because you're a smart ass?
That is because I'm a smart ass. Yeah. So if anybody else doesn't know, Amy and I are also married. So this is real cute. She made me work all morning and outside, and then she made me come do this podcast.
We are doing this for the people.
We are.
Mike.
It's for the people and for Ben and because we love Ben and we hope he gets better. Happy Pride Month
Happy Pride Month
to all our gays.
to all our favorite gays.
All our favorite gays who are listening. We love you. We 100% support you. That's all I can really say. You guys are great. And I think every month should be Pride Month, because it's not something that they've hid for far too long. They've been shunned, and I feel in 2024, I'm getting off on a tangent now. In 2024, we're finally at a place where I think the pendulum's finally swung the other way, where we don't have to worry about this. Barring elections, barring politics, get
I was
all
just
out
going
of
to
it.
ask, are we
We're not going to go political. Absolutely
Okay.
not. So,
Right.
yeah. So, happy Pride Month. We love you. Thank you for following.
Hi, gays. We love you.
And send us to all your gay friends and tell them we love them.
And Ben, feel better.
Yeah. Feel better, buddy. So, SMART goals. Now that we're off on that tangent. So, SMART goals are for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So, it's
like an acronym.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. Good job, buddy. Proud of you.
I'm just clarifying.
Yeah. So when someone says like, "Oh, I have a wedding coming up in what are we in? June? So September. I need to lose 10 pounds." That is not a SMART goal. That's what I like to call a dumb goal, because everyone can say that. Everyone can wake up every morning and step on the scale and say, "I need to lose 5 pounds. I need to lose 4 pounds. I need to do all sorts of things." If you're doing a SMART goal, that's actually a plan you're setting in place. So the specific, you're going to clearly define what you need to accomplish on that goal. I need to lose 10 pounds by September. Measurable is quantify your goals and build in milestones to make them easier to track. So obviously, if it's June now, so you have July, August, September, you have 3 months to lose 10 pounds. So you could probably set, I'm going to lose 3 pounds a month, right? Achievable, ensure your goals are realistic and possible to complete within your set time frame. So if you have a wedding in September and you say you want to lose 50 pounds, it's not an achievable goal.
People don't like to interrupt you. People don't like to hear that, when I have somebody come in and I ask them what their ultimate goal is.
I want to lose 150 pounds.
Yeah, but in a year, less than a year, or whatever it is. And first of all, weight management typically does not get you there. It's not to say, I've had a handful, probably enough that I can count, on both my hands, maybe plus some, people that have lost close to 100 or over 100 pounds. Okay, they've done amazing.
Yes, they have.
Right? Yeah. But that's the minority. That's not a typical, for weight management, 20 to 25% of your presenting body weight, that's amazing for my patients.
Yes.
So anyway, they don't like to hear it when I say that that's...
If you have a patient come that comes in and they're 350 pounds and they say they want to weigh 160 because that's what they did in high school. That's not a realistic goal. It may be eventually, but a more realistic goal of someone like, okay, you're 360 pounds. Let's get you to
300.
300.
Yeah, let's get there first. Right. That's what I say.
So when me and Mike work with patients and on our side, we make sure that we set goals, usually in like 10. You can have an ultimate goal, but we're going to set like ones that are 10 pounds away, 15 pounds away, 20 pounds away.
Yeah, because you can see it.
Yeah, and you can reassess your goals at any time. So that's the A, achievable. Make sure it's achievable,
Right.
Relevant. So make sure your goals align with your values and long-term objectives. So if I want to lose 10 pounds by September, you need to do that, and it needs to be something a long-term objective. It's not like, oh, once the wedding hits and the wedding dress comes off, I can go ahead and throw those 10 pounds back on. It needs to be something that's long-term that you're going to improve your life or your physical well-being. And time-bound. So you have to set specific times. So this comes more important if you're going to say, I'm going to work out every single night this week. That's not a SMART goal. So if
That's not me.
no, it's not me either.
No, I mean, because again, you have to be realistic.
Yes.
And yeah,
Yeah. So, but if you're going to set time-bound constraints to it, like set a firm schedule and stick to it. So
make sure you can commit to it.
yes.
Yep.
So if you know you are a morning sleeper and you like to get up at the 5th or 6th snooze, you're not going to say, I'm going to get up every day this week and I'm going to run a mile before work. It's not relevant. It's not achievable. And the time bound, you're going to fail, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Like you used to do when I first met you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mike would snooze or sleep through the snooze
I had a medical condition. I had sleep apnea, Amy.
okay. Yeah. So you can't say that you're going to be getting up to do exercise 5 or 6 days a week if you're not a morning person to begin with.
Or you can't say you're going to get up and do 5-6 days a week when you've done 0 currently.
True. Right. No, absolutely.
So people who are, there's programs out there like Couch to 5K that can like kind of coach you through things like this. But if you're saying like, how much
like
do you
that
work
one,
out?
actually.
Couch to 5K is actually very good.
I
Yeah.
have done it.
Yeah. The one I like is if you're going to, not the one I like. I don't have another one in mind. It's if you're working out 0 days a week right now and you're going to say, I'm going to work out 6 days. Can we just start with 2?
Right.
We're going to start out with 2. We're going to do that for a couple weeks. And you're going to give me 2 solid days of half an hour on a Tuesday or Thursday. And that's where you're going to start out.
Can I interrupt?
Yeah.
And this may be a question more fitting for our other Mike, but what if you have someone who completely is a non-exerciser and just pretty much refuses to exercise, yet gets mad that they're not having any any weight loss, because week after week or month after month, when people will come in and I'll say, all right, how did we do with exercise this month? I didn't do anything. It's constant. I have a bunch of people like that.
Well, you're going to kind of walk them through like the health coach model of like, okay, so you want to lose weight. That's why you're here, correct? Mm-hmm. What are you doing to lose weight?
Well, I'm eating better.
Okay. Do you realize even if you eat better, which is a huge part of it, some say 70-80% of weight loss is with your diet.
Right.
What you're also going to lose when you lose weight, what do you also lose?
Muscle.
Yeah. So
Hair.
yeah. Hair. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can't work out and get hair though. If anyone's ever seen my picture or knows me, I have had no hair since I had my son, who is now 21. So it vacated me long ago. What was I saying?
But the people aren't working out but wanting still results.
Right. So you say to them, and if they probably say they don't have any energy, right?
Or they just can't find the time, or it's full of excuses.
I would just ask them that what does this look like long term to you?
Right.
Like, where do you see yourself long term? If they're in their 40s or 50s or 60s, do you want to be able to bend over and tie your shoes and do everyday physical activities by the time you're 70, or have no muscle tone and be able to do that?
Right, right. Or if you fall, are you able to get yourself up off the floor? Like, I do talk about muscle loss with weight loss. We know that's part of it, and that's hence why we do a body composition on our patients too. So I don't want them losing muscle mass, but that's probably one of my hardest challenges is getting people to actually move. And then again, especially with medications, they have excellent weight loss, but
Yeah, because they see everything coming off and they're like, I don't have to do anything.
I don't have to do anything. Right.
Yeah.
And there's a small little part of me who's like, you know what? Maybe you need to see what it's like to not be on these meds, because you aren't doing everything that you could be doing to help,
Well, yeah. That's
I don't know.
That's the thing with the GLP-1s. Like, everyone sees it. Like, there was just a South Park episode on it.
Oh, that was good. That
it
could
was
be a whole
actually-
nother podcast.
That could be a podcast itself.
It was really, really good. Mike and I watched it together, and I thought it was spot on.
It was spot on for a cartoon that's so controversial. They were very, very accurate, especially in the portrayal of insurance companies.
Yes, and getting going to and from your provider's office and getting the script and not being able to find it, and it was good. And even on a lot of the like social media platforms that I follow, so many people they loved it.
Yeah,
It was a great depiction.
yeah, absolutely it was.
Yeah.
We got off on a tangent though. What were we talking about? What are we talking about, buddy?
We're still talking about exercise and people not wanting to do it.
So
And how do you get them? How do you get them? And I guess I can say, I kind of know because I talked to numerous people about it, and they'll say to me, and again, our health coach that works for the HMR, Mike, he'll say, Mike, what do I say? And he'll say, you tell them, if you are happy with where you are currently,
keep doing what
then
you're doing.
keep doing what you're doing. But if you want to continue losing weight, getting healthy, getting stronger, then you have to do something different.
That's really what it is.
It is. And I can't force them.
Part of health coaching is pointing out the obvious to someone and making them, like, we don't, as a health coach, I'm not going to say, you're going to do this, this, this. It's not, because that's what a mentor more would do. So I'm more of a health coach. A mentor would say, this is what your plan, this is what you're going to do, this is what we're going to do, 4 days a week.
Yeah, but nobody's going to, that's a bad approach though, too. This is what you're going to do. Don't tell me what I'm going to do. You know me. I don't like to be told what to do. You don't
I'm
like
well
to be told
aware.
what to do.
I'm well
Right?
aware.
I mean, so that's not a great approach for most people, but I get what you're saying, right?
Right.
You're kind of saying, all right, this is what, you should be doing, kind of giving more direct orders, so to speak. But people are going to do what they're going to do. And I don't know. I just feel like either you're here to continue down this journey or it's time to part ways and come back when you actually are ready to.
Some people
I
have
don't
to
know.
fail before they succeed.
They do. Yeah.
A lot of people have to
and
fail.
I see it. How many people do I have coming back oh, I'm sorry, I haven't seen you in a year. Would you take me back?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And we take everybody back.
Yeah, absolutely. Because again, like you said, people sometimes they do have to fail. And I've been there. I
Yes,
mean,
so have I.
absolutely. Yeah. So
You'll know when you're ready.
yes. Yeah, people will know when they're ready. Whether it's you just feel like garbage or
You start having compounding medical conditions. Things
Yes.
are, so you've put it off, and now you have your either diabetic or pre-diabetic, and
high blood pressure, you're tired all the time, you see maybe people around you, are healthier and more active and thin and you're like, you know what?
you're
Now
40
I'm-
and need a knee replacement.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I'm ready, but you can't force anybody to get healthy. I mean, that's going to be on them. And if you continue to bring it up, it's just like you're nagging.
And then they'll cut you out is what they'll do, essentially.
Oh yeah. They'll
Yeah.
cut you out and ignore you. And yeah,
It's such a delicate topic for people.
it is.
just
It's
because
a
they're
sensitive topic.
well, yeah, because they feel like they essentially are being attacked right away.
Yeah, I know. And I think that's why sometimes a lot of PCPs, which again, kudos to the PCPs, which I could never do. I mean, I'm board certified in family medicine, but
You worked in primary care.
I did work in primary
Yeah.
care, and we didn't have the time to not deal with, but to address all of the issues with weight loss. Our physicians were very good about bringing it up and like, okay, we probably should be, addressing this. But there's a lot of individuals that come to see me who say, this is the first time that someone ever said to me that I should seek help for this.
Right, because primary care is on time constraints with their schedules, and that's why people do get frustrated. They'll go to their primary care and they're like, they gave me 4 referrals to go see specialists, or you have to go see cardiology, you have to go see weight management, I have to go see nephrology. That's because they don't have the time to address it, and it's not really their specialty. So people they get frustrated and maybe turned off, and they don't want to go follow through with it. But listen, if it's your heart, you definitely need to be go seeing a cardiologist.
I agree with
Yes.
that. Old school ways.
Your primary handled it.
Primary handle it. But even back then, I mean, I felt like sometimes there were patients who probably shouldn't have been managed by us in primary care, and they should have been, sent off to a specialist. But
They're probably treated because they're worried about noncompliance.
noncompliance and our docs were good.
Yeah.
Like they really were.
They were, yeah.
So they liked to do that thing because it was a little bit more challenging. But nowadays, you hit it. Like they don't have the time to address it. And if you have a problem with your thyroid or, like you said, your heart or something like that, you should go see a specialist and let that specialist handle you so they don't miss something the same way that people send patients to me.
Primary care sends to you a lot because
Yes.
you're the specialist. But what people also maybe don't know on the back end is you guys collaborate with each other as well.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And, I'm looking at lab results and, blood pressure readings and other physical signs or mental things that maybe are still within normal limits, so to speak, but I can see trends. But that's my specialty. That's exactly what other specialists do. So, yeah, I know. It gets frustrating, though, because, people only have so much time to take off work, right? And then
Right.
they leave with, 4 referrals to go to a specialist. Like, I get it's annoying.
And getting into a specialist is not the easiest thing to do as well. So when you're calling these specialists, realize if they're booked 3, 4, or 5 months out, it's a good reason. It's frustrating. They can keep you generally on a cancel list, so make sure you ask for that as well. And sometimes they can give you other things you can do in the meantime. Like us, we can refer you to a dietitian. We can refer you to our HMR program. There are other avenues. You just have to ask. You can't, if you're frustrated by the 4-month wait, make sure you reach out and say, do you guys have a health coach I could reach out to? Do you guys have a dietitian I could speak to? That would be something you could do if you're looking for even cardiology. So cardiology, weight loss, that all is part of it.
Right. And, getting back to some of my, visit talks is, we talk about trying to get people just to eat healthier in general, right? So most of the time, people that come in to see me, they're not eating enough fruits and vegetables. They're over-consuming in total calories, added sugars, saturated fats. So their eating pattern, it is definitely a main contributing factor to their weight gain. So that's a huge part of my visit, So I have, 30 minutes to see my patients. But again, I could spend an hour or more with every patient because a lot of my role is coaching.
Yeah.
So that's
Go through a box of Kleenex with the patients.
lots of Kleenex. I know. I feel so bad because, like
They're
you
very
said,
vulnerable when they come in.
Absolutely.
I get them crying on the phone when I schedule their appointments.
Whether it's they're happy that they actually are coming in, whether
Making
it's
the
they're
step.
embarrassed.
Yeah.
People say I'm so embarrassed that I got to this point. And, for me, I'm always like, listen, you're here.
And
so that's great.
This is when we say judgment-free zone,
Yeah.
like we absolutely are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have to build a rapport with people and
Yeah.
you have to have trust and build trust. And me being, having my own issues with my weight for many years, I get it. Like, I am completely empathetic to it. And I think my patients can see that.
Oh,
you
for
know?
sure they can. Yeah.
But having that health coaching component and support is
Right.
huge. So kudos to you, health coaches out there, including you, Mike. I am very proud of you for doing this. And I know,
Thanks, buddy.
I mean,
She's gonna make me get out there, and she's like, "Go out there and do shit in the yard now."
now go do your other job, you know?
Yeah.
But it's always good to grow your knowledge and add more to your resume. And
Absolutely.
you have a good way with people and making them laugh in, not great situations. I mean, that was part of your, background for 20 some years in, 911, right?
Yeah.
So you were,
It's a whole other episode, people. Whole other
yeah,
episode.
right. But I mean, you were the voice and the ears of people in their worst times. So
Yeah. When
health
someone's
coaching is,
when someone's calling me and they're voluntarily wanting help, it's a very different and positive change for me to be
very
dealing
much
with. Yeah.
right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So now, I just sign him up and recruit him for presentations and talks and,
Oh, you just did that. That was super cute.
yeah, you're welcome. I'm just honestly trying to, all of the attention cannot always be on me, Amy Paulus.
Here we go.
It can be, I want people to know how great you are. So, every once in a while, the limelight can be off of me and, we'll put it back on you, Mike.
Yeah, let's go with that. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Again, there's still sassiness with Mike here. We did not probably as much without Ben being here.
We
but
miss Ben. Get better, buddy.
Yeah, it's all right.
Oh, if you hear that noise, it's my dog walking down the stairs.
She's
like
like,
a bull
are
in
you
a china
are you
shop."
guys done yet? But anyway, you guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed
Thank
this
you.
episode. Please let us know if you have any feedback, if there's any topics that you want us to discuss.
Reach out.
Reach out, and you can follow us on.
theheavytruth.net, or you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Just go to theheavytruth.net and you'll see all our stuff.
And share away.
Share, like, and follow.
Yes.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month.
We'll see you again next week, guys. Thanks.
All right. Bye.
Bye.